Hi, Grandma Debbie here. All right, so tonight we are having stuffed green peppers or bell peppers. I have a red one and a green one. The red one, quite large. Green one's kind of small. But that's what we're going to have. Now, I am using ground chicken as opposed to ground beef for this. And so, while I got the recipe out of this cookbook, I'm changing it up a little bit. And I'm going to bring you along for this adventure. All right, let's get going. Okay, so the recipe calls for what does it call for? It calls for a can of tomato sauce. Now, I didn't realize that I didn't have any tomato sauce because we don't buy it a lot. So I'm using tomato paste. And the way you do this is you just do 1 can of tomato paste, 1 can of water. Equal parts. So I'm just gonna put the tomato paste in this bowl or in this measuring cup. And then I'm going to add some water to it. And we're going to mix it up. Do you guys have an easy way to get tomato paste out of a can? Let me know. All right, I got my can of water. And we're just going to mix this until it's smooth. Now it's looking like tomato sauce. Oh yeah. All right, so we got that done. Clean up my mess. Okay, now I don't do my bell peppers. I don't cut off the top and then cut them that and then stuff them that way. I actually cut them in half. So I'm going to do that with both of them. This way it gives you a better opportunity to have more. If you can't eat the whole thing, that's what I'm getting at, then you have some opportunities for leftovers. And we can never eat the whole entire thing, so it's always kind of nice to have a little bit of leftovers. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about the seeds right now coming out because we're actually going to boil these for a few minutes. So the seeds will come out then. Okay, I got those ready. As soon as my water is ready, I will get those in there. So, and in the meantime, let me wipe this off real quick. And now we're going to shred some cheese. Now the recipe calls for mozzarella cheese. I don't have any mozzarella cheese. So I'm going to use what I have, which is cheddar. All right. We don't need a lot of cheese. I'm probably going to add more cheese on top when we get going, but right now that's all that we need. All right, we're going to move on to the next phase. Okay, so like I told you, I'm doing this a little different today. So I'm not using hamburger. I am using ground chicken. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of oil because chicken, there wasn't a whole lot of fat in this chicken. All right, so I'm going to get the chicken in there going. Now I'm preheating my oven to 350. Okay, my water is boiling. All right, so we're going to get these in here. And we're going to cook these for 5 minutes. And with my ground chicken, I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons minced onion. I'm using red because that's what I had. Let me turn this down. Let's mix up some of these onions in here. It's smelling good. So once you get all this done and you get all the ingredients assembled and you get them filled, you're going to cook them for 45 minutes in the oven. Now I probably am not going to use all the stuffing, so I'll just put it in a dish and go ahead and cook it with the other stuff, or I'll just warm it up tomorrow in the microwave or something. I'll do something with it. I'm not going to just let it go to waste. Now, if I was using hamburger, I would be, at this point, I would say I was done. But I guess I could because it's going back into the oven. So it's just about done. All right, so we're going to drain off the fat. So, and these have been cooking for 5 minutes, so I'm going to drain them. All right. Get all this fat out of there. I guess there was a little more fat than what I thought. Okay. All right, now at this point, we're going to add in some garlic powder. And I'm just going to use up what we have left over here. We're going to add in some onion powder. We're going to do a teaspoon. Out of this one, it's not open. I keep grabbing it. I don't know why. Then we're going to add in some Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. All right, got that done. A cup of rice. Now, I don't always use rice. Sometimes I use, and then we're going to add in our tomato sauce. Sometimes I use broccoli. My husband doesn't like cauliflower. So if I'm doing a low carb one, I will use like broccoli. All right, let's get this all mixed together. So you just want to mix it until everything is mixed really well. All right, looks like it's mixed really well. So now we're going to head back over and we're going to fill up our bell peppers. Okay, so after I got these out of the water, I put them on a paper towel to kind of dry. So now I'm just going to put them in here into a casserole dish. And then I'm going to fill them with the mixture. I'm going to pack them as full as I possibly can. And then whatever's left over, I'll just put it in a smaller container, put it in the oven, and I'll go ahead and cook it today. And then that way, it's already done. Ready to add some cheese tomorrow. Or whatever we want to add on it. Now, the recipe says to add the tomato sauce over the top. I don't like it that way. I can't stand it, actually. So I'm not going to do it that way. That's why I added it when we were cooking, because I really hate the flavor of it that way. So after this cooks for about, I don't know how long, after it cooks for 45 minutes, then we're going to take it out, uncover it, and add the cheese on top and cook it until the cheese is melted. Now I am serving this with roasted potatoes. I think the roasted potatoes are going to be really good with it. So, all right. So this is going to go in the oven for 45 minutes. I'm going to get another smaller container to put all this in. And then we'll just eat it as is. Okay. I'll bring you back when they're done. Okay, so I just got out of the oven. Everything is nice and melted, as you can see. It smells wonderful. My kitchen smells great. Can't wait to dip into it. They're looking good. So I just want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I hope that you're having an amazing day and everything's going well for you, and that you're just enjoying your time. The nice thing about bell peppers, stuffed bell peppers, is you can change up the recipe at any time. Make it your own. Do whatever you want to do with it. It's interchangeable. So I highly recommend you try it. Now, I've seen some people put their bell peppers in the oven first, kind of slightly cook them. I've seen them put them in the microwave. I've just always done it in the water. So that's what I do. But once again, give it a try. You will be amazed at how delicious they are. All right, I will talk to you soon. Hit that like, hit the share, and hit the subscribe button. Bye.